Alie, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, fire away, dude.
What?
Fire away, dude.
Oh. Yes or no? Finding the right hair color for you, Alie, can be a challenge.
What color is my hair right now?
Burgundy.
Yeah, was that on purpose?
No.
Did I need to use E-Salon?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, wait. You can scratch that.
No, it's great. E-Salon offers professional grade, leave that in, completely personalized hair color that's created just for you and delivered right to your door. Alie, you fucking need this.
I need it so much. This is the last time I will color my hair without taking the steps to get the right color. I grabbed a color off the shelf. It was the wrong color. My hair is maroon now.
Don't do it. Alie, do you love questionnaires?
Yes.
Here's a hair questionnaire. Upload your photo and a personal colorist will formulate your individually blended color from over 15,000 pigments.
Oh my God.
I know.
I need E-Salon and a time machine to go back to yesterday.
Totally. Well, they've got you covered. There's 100% satisfaction guaranteed if you're not happy, Alie.
Oh God, I need
with
this.
Your color. It will give you a free reformulation or refund.
I think anything's better than what I did to myself before.
I mean, you look cute.
Thanks, dude. But you know what? I like that the color doesn't fade. Like they have the grays covered. Because I get some grays every once in a while.
I mean, at 23 years old, our gray is like pretending to start to come in.
I know. It's probably because we're such big thinkers.
We're so young.
So you can visit esalon.com/slumber party, all one word. And do that. You get 50% off your first order. So that's $10 for your personalized hair color, which is crazy because the last time I got my hair colored in a salon, it was like $180.
Dude, you can do it your freaking self. I've been doing it my freaking self for years and years.
Yeah, I really got the wrong color. So I need to use eSalon. You get 50% off your first box at esalon.com/slumber party. So go do that. Don't be an Alie Ward.
Send us photos too. Hashtag it at, I don't know, Alie in Georgia. Let's see your hair.
Yeah, just tag us in it on Instagram. Let's see your pictures.
Let's do it.
I want to look at your hair.
Bye. Listen, you shouldn't have to stretch your budget to buy jeans with a little give. High-end denim can cost hundreds of dollars, but bargain brands don't offer the same level of style and comfort.
Yeah. You can't get some jeans that cost you hundreds of dollars and like have to do a juice cleanse to get into them.
Totally. So Distilled, spelled DSTLD, they've revolutionized the fashion industry with their timeless luxury grade denim. So you get jeans that would normally cost you hundreds starting at just $65.
Yeah. They eliminate these crazy markups because they refuse to work with middlemen.
Refuse. They ship directly to you for free and guarantee the fit, or they'll send you a new pair until they're perfect. Distilled jeans are built to last and will be a staple in your closet for years.
They also have a bunch of fall jackets. So if you're like into a classic denim or you want like a bomber jacket, you can just expect the same level of quality.
Okay. And so for a discount, go to dstld.com/feral and you'll get $10 off your first order.
That's
d.com/feral for $10 off. Bye. Thanks. Bye.
Feral Audio.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Georgia.
Hey, Alie.
Welcome to Slumber Party.
Slumber Party.
I'm so happy to be here also.
Thank you.
I have an idea. Why don't we tell each other something that we learned?
Okay, let's start with one thing we learned this week.
That's a great idea.
What'd you learn?
You go first.
Okay, I learned something so funny because it just shows how stupid the human brain, I mean, like how great the human brain is because it's so stupid. Okay.
So I couldn't be more ready for this.
Okay, so this made me laugh hard. So synesthesia.
Yes.
It's when you associate other senses with other senses.
Sure. So
right?
you taste sounds, you see colors.
Right. You see like how you see letters and numbers that are colors.
Yes.
That's
that
what you
happens
do.
to me. Right.
So Alie will remember like a date because it's like, well, August is blue and 13 is red and green.
That is, first off, that's so insulting because August is golden orange and 13 is white and green. Okay. But continue.
So, okay, this is fucking hilarious.
Okay.
So roughly 1 in 10,000 people have synesthesia. I read this article.
What?
Let's see. Okay.
I think most people just don't know they have it. So it's reported low.
That's probably true. But So if you grew up in the 70s or 80s, they did this test, and it turns out that a lot of the colors that the numbers and the letters are associated to is a specific brand. It's a specific Fisher-Price fridge magnet.
No.
So the magnets that have the numbers and letters that you used to play with as a kid?
No. Oh, I need to check this out. Do you have a chart?
It says the study finds that more than 6% of American synesthesiasts have color associations that match a particular Fisher-Price fridge magnet set.
I'm so in love with all of this information. Wait, you don't have a chart that says, because I want to test my numbers.
Well, you can test it, but
because I was born in the late 50s.
Yeah, it's let's see, and then it says
This is the best thing I've ever heard.
I know, isn't this amazing? Yeah,
it's like you don't have synesthesia; you just remember shit from when you were tiny. That's so great.
Fisher-Price alphabet magnet set manufactured from 1971 to 1990 directly maps onto some adult synesthesia's color associations.
This is thrilling.
So it's like a huge percent of people who thought they had synesthesia.
What if that's my situation?
We should test that.
Okay, I
didn't want to infer that was yours.
I don't care. Why would I be
have
insulted?
that as a kid?
I don't know. I mean, everyone had fridge magnets.
What if they can tell like how cheap your parents are because they're like they bought this at the 99-cent store?
They're like Kroger brand, and all of the letters are upside down, and also they're in Russian.
And they're like, there's no such color as puke green.
It's puce. It's puce, and it's the Greek
no such
alphabet.
Color. And K, that's not even a letter.
Oh my god, I want to look so much.
I know. So what'd you learn?
I learned a couple things. First off, I'm going to drop some knowledge on you.
Okay.
TLDR.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's an internet thing. And you know when you see an internet thing, you're like, I don't get it. I feel so dumb and old.
Yeah.
It just means...
like porn.
Yeah. Or you're like, is this a sex move? The TLDR?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just means too long, didn't read.
Shut the fuck up!
STFU, dog.
TLDR, too long didn't read, but I still have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if someone, you can also use it to burn someone if they like let's say that you have like an emotional person texting you like really long text about something, you can just write back TLDR.
TLDR, but take a Xanax, bro.
That's what I learned.
I love it. That's amazing.
I learned another thing, but I can't right now. Oh, I learned what a Nielsen box looks like. Looks like an archaic
it's an
piece
actual
of
box?
Yes, it's an actual box in your house, and it looks like an archaic piece of garbage. It looks like a weird old Atari. The buttons are huge, and you have to physically get up and type in, I'm watching television. And then you have to type another button saying, and I've got 2 visitors.
Seriously?
Yeah, and they pay you to have a Nielsen box, and most people are like, I don't want that. And
Let's ask our guest if she was a Nielsen family when she was a kid.
That's a great idea.
Hey, our guest is named Sarah Schaefer, and guess what? She's a comedian, and she's super funny. Her new stand-up comedy album called Chrysalis is coming out very shortly.
Oh, we love her so
and
much.
we're really glad she's here.
Oh,
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, you guys.
Thanks for being here.
It's very interesting conversation so far. I
do you
don't
wanna
have that
add?
thing where I associate colors and stuff.
Synesthesia or a Nielsen box?
I don't have either.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know. I mean, I agree. Like maybe I don't know I have it, and I just associate things.
Yeah.
I have a weird thing with the calendar.
Oh,
where I see it as an oval track.
you have synesthesia?
What is that? What do you mean?
That's temporal synesthesia.
What does that mean?
I see the calendar year as a orbit almost, but it looks like a track in my mind. And when we're in winter, we're like coming around that curve at the end.
That's totally.
I have like and it's like the summer is longer, and I think it's from childhood that summer felt forever.
You
Summer
have
felt so
synesthesia.
long.
This is why I think it's underreported. I think that's called temporal synesthesia. I will forward you an article about it.
And it didn't occur to me that not everyone saw it like I thought that's how everyone saw time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I described it to someone one time, and they were like, "What the hell?" And I was
I
like,
love that.
I don't know why. Maybe I saw some. It's like when I was very young learning it. Maybe I saw, something on the wall in the classroom.
Yeah.
and it just
I think
became-
I did. I think I may have. My sister sees it as a clock with 1 being January and all the months. So
Oh wow.
if someone says like something happened in October, do you picture on the track where it is?
Yeah.
So if you're
When
like,
I think about my life, the track has always been there in my head.
Gosh, that would help me, I think.
yeah, that's how I remember dates. I have a backwards S, and so
It's like I'm 3D in it.
yeah,
when I
you're
think about it.
Are you
yeah.
standing in the middle?
No, I'm like
You're
kind of
over
above it, looking down and like floating over it.
Are you on Are you on
makes
mushrooms?
sense.
Are there any cats that come by in the clouds? And
No clouds. Sometimes there's like a hill in the summertime, like that. It's
so
like a roller
crazy.
coaster hill that I go over.
Well, that's
it's a
because it
track.
gets
It's like it's a physical thing
you
that I imagine.
have synesthesia.
I'm special.
We could have used that for your intro. Synesthete, comedian.
That's going to be my next intro when I do a stand-up show.
What did you learn?
Come
this
into the
week?
stage. What?
Sorry. What did you learn this week?
What did I learn this week? I'm reading a book. It's sort of an overall learning thing, but I'm reading a book called Tudor, which is a very dense historical recounting of the Tudor dynasty in England.
Do you need a tutor for it?
Yeah, I do actually. It's really I have to concentrate really hard when I read it, and because it's every paragraph could be a movie, like a whole movie. It's so much information because the woman who wrote it goes back. Because we all know Henry VIII and Queen Elizabeth. Like we know
I don't know
that.
anything about this. Can
But
you
she
drop
goes back to like
some info?
Henry V, and then how the Tudor family begun. Because back before then, it was I had like vague memories of all this, like the Yorks versus the Lancasters, the War of the Roses, the White.
I don't know
versus
anything
the
about
Red.
any of this.
I
I was an Anglophile growing up, so I paid attention to that stuff.
Can you
and
give us like a brief, like if someone's like, what is a tutor?
a Tudor is Tudor.
Got that. I know that much.
Tudor dynasty is like just a very powerful ruling royal family dynasty in England. And Henry VIII was the one, that had all the wives and created the Church of England and like the Protestant church, basically. He created it because he wanted to get divorced so he could marry Anne Boleyn and have a son.
I am Henry. That's all I
That is
know.
most people's like.
That's all I know.
knowledge
I'm
of it.
surprised, Alie, because you seem like you'd be into something like that kind of history.
When it comes to like English history, I have a really a knowledge just enough to nod along with the conversation. Also, can I address the fact that we're sitting here in my apartment? It's a million degrees.
Really depressing.
No, and the sun was setting. It was
it's
beautiful
so
golden
nice.
light, and then all of a sudden, all the sun just went completely away, and it's totally dark in a matter of 2 minutes.
This is my depressing.
This is crepuscular depression. I'm going to turn on the light.
I have a hard time, like I think from being a latchkey kid and like being alone at this time of night.
Oh, it's a sad
when the
time.
light gets to like I'm about to set. I'm like I can't. I've turned all the lights on in the house.
Oh,
there we
interesting.
go. Thank you, Alie. It did. It did.
in a pretty view of the sunset.
Thank
in your
you.
house.
It's good for gramming. You just you're
true.
in your underpants. The sunset looks good. You gram it from the window.
Gram it.
Should we? Let's do a slumber party question.
Oh, that's a great
Which one do you want to do?
Let's have midnight snack.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because I know you're hungry. This is
yeah.
a segment we do where we ask people if you're home, maybe your roommates, maybe your lover, maybe no one's there, maybe you're all alone, and you're just like, I'm starving, and you put together like the best midnight snack. What's it gonna be?
Oh, I'm really not a midnight snacker.
There you go. Water.
But
It's water.
just a little sip of water with my hands out of the sink. I do that in the middle of the night. I drink out of the sink
Like the
with
bathroom
my
sink?
hand
Like a
because
squirrel?
Yes, because I'm too lazy to go to the kitchen and get a cup of water.
That's actually one of the best midnight snacks I've ever had. You sound like a forest nymph.
hand
know,
water.
just
I
like-
like hand water. Out of the sink.
I like
of the
hand
bathroom
water.
sink?
Because I don't want to go over to the kitchen.
I always have a glass of water next to my bed at night because I get thirsty at night, and I'm pretty sure my cat's been sticking his paw in there my entire
Oh
life.
my god, I love that.
And I just realized it.
I love anything involving paws.
Like putting paws in things, totally.
Where else do his paws go? Usually, what does he do? Do you walk anywhere with them or bury anything with
I
them?
don't want to talk about cat litter boxes.
How are your allergies?
Right. Well, I'm probably healthy though because I drink cat litter water.
You're like germaphobe.
I know.
I drink this shit.
Okay.
I don't get up in the middle of the night and eat, but if I'm like
Not middle. Like, let's
hungry
say
at
you're-
night,
Not like
after
Ambien
dinner.
binging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And let's say like your
You know,
favorite
I just
movie.
shovel down a pizza at 3 a.m. and then get back in bed.
Oh, wait, what's another slumber party question? I don't have my note cards in front of us.
How about
Help me out, G Money.
oh gosh,
Perfect day.
perfect day.
Okay, perfect day, right? Speaking of good sleep, So perfect day start to finish. You can be anywhere. You can do anything. You can teleport if you want. If you need to resurrect someone from the dead from history to hang out with, you can do that. God. That's a new one. We haven't pulled the resurrection card. Day?
But the dead resurrection one.
Well, no, but I mean, you can. I think you can add that to your perfect day.
I agree.
It's a new feature.
I agree. I'm just thinking of what I want to eat for brunch. That's all I can think about when that question comes up.
Is what you would have for brunch?
Yeah.
What would you have for brunch?
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about.
Beer?
Beer.
And sink water.
Hell yeah.
Have you guys ever woken up somewhere tropical?
Woken up? Mm-hmm. Like and not known how I got there?
No. Like gone somewhere tropical.
Yes.
I've never been anywhere tropical.
Really?
Like, what are we talking? Like Hawaii tropical?
Sure.
You've never been to Hawaii? I just went for the first time last year and it was phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Went to Kauai.
Which is that one of the rocky ones?
It's more of like Jurassic Park, like green and lush, and like they call it like the Garden Island. It's really beautiful.
That's where I want to go.
It's less resorty and more just like cottages and stuff. And
What did you do?
Oh man, I just like looked at beauty.
Do you cross it off your to-do list every day?
The first morning we were there, we went because we got there late at night and it was raining. And the house we were staying in was super nice. It was me and my boyfriend and some friends. And we get there and it's like, we knew from the pictures that it was going to be a great view. It was like up on a bluff. And like in the morning we all woke up because we're on like, I was on East Coast time. So I was awake at like 4.
Oh, gross.
At the time. And then we all wake up and we watch the sunrise and it was so gorgeous. It was just like, I couldn't believe we were there. And then we went and got breakfast at this place. It was also gorgeous and like just delicious and fresh and like healthy. And I started crying during breakfast because I was so happy.
Oh my God.
And it was really embarrassing. And everyone laughed and it became like a whole thing, like a cute thing about me. But at first I was like, oh God. But that's like my perfect day is something like that probably. But I love like hiking in like a forest.
Yeah.
And
where are you from again?
I'm from Virginia.
So there's forests there, right?
Mm-hmm. I love the smell of a forest.
Do you miss that being out here? Because how long have you been in LA? A couple
1
years?
year.
1 year?
Mm-hmm. I miss the smell of leaves, like dead leaves.
But you lived in New York forever,
Yeah.
too, right? Yeah.
Oh, I was so fucking done with that.
I just realized that
You're done with it?
We've talked about you before on this podcast. I just
What?
remembered
Really?
something.
Oh, which one?
Remember when I told you that her boyfriend is the one that collects He-Man toys?
We've talked
The
about
one.
it.
He's the only one.
We've talked
Because
about
my
it.
boyfriend's obsessed with wrestling. So I
Yeah.
talked about, isn't
Yeah.
it weird when guys have a thing that they love that you're like, wait, what? People have that thing?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
mine boyfriend's is wrestling.
And mine is He-Man.
He-Man
And
toys.
G.I. Joe.
Mine.
He has a lot of things he loves.
Really?
He loves
He likes
wrestling now, too
toys?
because of
my
boyfriend.
boyfriend. Sorry.
Wait, he always liked wrestling, but not to that
Oh,
extreme.
he took him to the indie
Yes, he
wrestling.
wouldn't. I like honestly. I think I was like it was early in the morning, and he starts telling me the entire minute by minute play by play
Yeah.
of the going to the wrestling match. And
Sorry.
I mean, I really was like trying to be like supportive and be, oh my gosh, that's so fun. But I really was like, shut the fuck up. I don't care, because Scott gets really excitable when he's like retelling me stories and he gets loud, and I feel like I'm being yelled at. I feel like I'm being yelled at, and I know that's my thing, and I have sensitive hearing, but
I'm the exact same way, and
Yeah.
I've shushed, and he'll come home from a thing like that, and he's super excited.
Well, think about the environment they just left.
Right.
They just left.
this is a few days later that he's still at this level. But he got worked up.
I can't
telling me
deal with
about
it, and then I feel bad for the neighbors who I know you're being
Oh
loud.
my God, this is my life. You know what it is, and you might have this.
I have a hearing sensitivity for sure. What?
Yes. Okay. So, do you have ringing in your ears? Do you have tinnitus?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, so you have that.
Yeah.
If you have tinnitus, it can be hand in hand with, I think it's called hyperacusis. There's two types. There's hyperacusis where sounds are very loud to you, and you're not. When I found this out, this is last year. I found this out.
Yeah.
I almost started crying because I felt, oh my God, I'm not just being a bitch.
Yeah.
Like it truly does sound piercing, painful, loud to me, especially when I'm in a really quiet room like even just like rustling, I'll just be like, God, just be quiet.
It gives me it gives me like I can't concentrate on what the person's saying because I'm so anxious about the
How
volume.
loud they are.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's not everyone. Like Alie, you never do that.
Really?
No,
I feel like I talk too much.
no,
That's
Yeah,
a
I
different
do.
thing.
that's the meth that you
I have
always
that.
take.
It's true.
What is
Hyperacusis is
Yeah.
when you're sensitive to sound.
I think I am because I don't listen to music
And
in the
'cause
car.
It can come from hearing damage, which is associated with tinnitus and all that. So
Well, the damage of going to raves as a teenager and punk
man.
shows could have done that.
yeah, for
Or
sure.
my boyfriend's just too fucking loud sometimes.
Well, that too.
I don't think he seems. I've never seen him get excited about wrestling. I feel like he reserves that for a behind the curtain type of
Yeah.
situation. But I do know you have very sensitive hearing. Like
Yeah.
you walked into my apartment and I like ran to my phone to go turn off the music because I knew that you would be so annoyed by it. And then I like didn't. You walked in and I was
feel
like,
like I
I'm not
found
done turning out the.
someone.
I sound like an abusive boyfriend.
No, this is like
I just can't concentrate on if there's music playing. I can't listen to the person talking. I can't
I can
have.
see you get. I can see you get like increasingly agitated at like if there's like, yeah, if there's noise or whenever we're on set, like Georgia will be like, we'll tell the set
right.
the whole set to hold for sound in the middle of a take because she'll hear like a leaf blower 10 doors down, which is
she's got-
true.
yeah.
Because she can hear better than I, but I'll be like, there'll be like a seagull on my face, and we'll be shooting. I'm like, oh, what's the problem? Like, I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you have really sensitive hearing.
Are you Jewish?
maybe you have no.
Oh.
Maybe you have good hearing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying. I think that's a great
No,
thing.
I know. My hearing is messed up.
It's
So,
good to be
like,
aware of your environment,
Yeah.
because then if someone sneaks up on you with
Yeah,
a,
but then I feel like a dick 'cause I'm always telling people to please lower their voices a little bit.
Oh my God,
Some
I'm
people
that
need that.
person.
Can
you
and you
just
feel
lower
like
your
such
voice
an
a
asshole,
little?
but like
Yeah. And
Sometimes
Vince always
you
goes,
need to.
I know he doesn't mean it like that, but
I know Scott gets so mad at me because I'm just like, you are being so loud, and he's like, God, no, I'm not. And I'm like, the other night he was, I don't know what he was playing a video game in some rickety chair that's always been in there, but for some reason this time it sounded like, and when there was like, you have got to play like in a different chair. I cannot.
get him a beanbag. Get in his beanbag.
He normally sits on the edge of our guest bed, and I think he was in the chair. He likes to be very close to the TV.
does
when
he
he's
play a
playing
lot of video games?
Yes,
That's one thing I'm happy about is, and I've been with guys who play a lot of video games, is that my current one does not play video games. He'll
Like the
play
shooter
them.
kind. I have no like. I'll walk into a room where someone's playing a video game and like their brains exploding.
Oh yeah, it's so gnarly.
Speaking of sound sensitivity, the sound of a shoot 'em up video game is like daggers in my brain.
Oh, is that
Like,
really realistic? Or
Yeah,
what's it?
yeah.
Well, it's like a war zone. Like, why would you want a war
Yeah.
zone in your apartment?
Yeah. I
There's like choppers and like just like explosions, and then so he wears headphones, nice headphones, and he plays, and he sits really close to TV, and he plays Call of Duty, where it's like that's what he's playing now. He gets in different phases,
Yeah.
but right now he's playing Call of Duty, and he plays with my brother, his brother, and like strangers.
Like in a walkie-talkie style.
Like he
kind
has
of thing?
like headphones on that he can talk.
Yeah, they
into.
talk to each other. They call
Yeah.
each other all kinds of terrible things.
Yeah, it's
No.
really racist
Yeah.
and misogynistic
Yeah.
in there.
Be racist.
Yeah,
guys.
they use all
And
kinds
then,
of words.
so, but this is my impression of him when I'm in the other room and I know he's playing and I can hear him. This is all I hear. Just like every 5 minutes I hear, sorry. Oh man, sorry. Sorry. He's like the most polite Call of Duty player.
Because he fucked up someone else over. 'cause
Yeah,
they,
he like
got in their way.
accidentally shoot his teammate or whatever.
Oh my God.
And then once in a while he'll go, fuck! Sorry.
Too sound sensitive.
That didn't bother me.
People
at
on a
all.
couch yelling "fuck" to each other.
Oh my God.
Is there any? Do you have a vice like that? Is there something that you're like, yeah, I wasted 6 hours. Fuck you.
Oh God, Twitter, unfortunately, and TV, but not really Twitter, but TV.
What are you
I'm
watching?
obsessed with everything.
You're watching all the things at once. You have
I'm
17
obsessed
TVs.
with TV.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you
it's-
like?
Okay, so my number one show is Game of Thrones, which you might have been able to predict given the fact that I'm reading Tudor.
Yes.
That's fair. Yeah,
a lot
that
of
makes
parallels
sense.
there. I mean, I'm watching like Empire, Scandal, Grey's Anatomy, Lifelong.
Really?
You like get in the shit.
I get into shit.
You commit.
And then I go and I watch all the, like, my friend texts me, she's like, have you seen Togetherness? I just watched the
So
entire show last
Which
night.
one is that again?
That's the Duplass brothers one.
Oh, I like those brothers.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's a cute show. It's not my favorite. It's
Yeah.
not enough. Like I need some drama in there. That's a little more extreme.
You can tell people who are into TV by like, okay, so everyone watches House of Cards, and everyone's watching Jinx right now, and everyone's watching.
And I do watch.
Right.
I am done with those. But
when you get deeper and you're like Empire, or
Yeah.
you're like Grey's Anatomy, still, then you're like
Still.
you're fucking deep in
The
it.
Good Wife.
Yeah. What's your routine for writing? Like, do you find that you...
Does it sound like I have time for writing?
I don't know. I'm wondering if I wonder if you, like, as an East Coaster or New Yorker, like, you get up early and get like a coffee, or if you're one of those, like, it's 1 a.m. and you're like, I have a great idea, I'm going to work until 5.
Oh no, I have to sleep.
You should sleep.
But it's tough because like I've always had jobs up until this past year. A job I had to go to, whether it was related to this business or not. I had a job, and I was very good at working a job and working on my own stuff, and just like firing on all cylinders, working at night, working in the morning, working on the subway. Like anytime I had a break at work, doing my own thing plus the job that I had. Then I moved to LA and I didn't have a job, and I just like spiraled out into like a depression, which I'm still really struggling with, where I've had to really get like good like motivation in the past few weeks. I've read something that just like works in my head where I don't, it's this
What is
What is it? What is
Tell
it? What is
us.
It's really stupid, but like, there's this blog called The Awl, AWL.
Heard of it?
And they have an advice column, and this guy, one of the founders, does advice. And a woman wrote in saying that she hates herself for not working at
I
BuzzFeed.
fucking read the shit out of that, and
I didn't
was
read it.
So good.
And I have no interest in working at BuzzFeed, but I related
Anything.
to her
yeah,
feelings so much. You
Totally.
just replace BuzzFeed with whatever thing that you feel like is shutting you out in this business. You know, whatever business you're in, and like you feel rejected. That's your white whale.
and there's someone doing it, but there's like internet famous people doing it better.
Yeah. And
Totally.
so his response to her was such a smack in the face, like, wake the hell up,
Totally.
dumb. You know, like,
It was incredible.
It was
I
like
didn't
he was
read it.
screaming at me. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it has just in the past few days, I have been like, stop wasting your stupid time and worrying. The past year I've been just fighting a lot of negative thinking and like comparing myself to other people and just like making up paper tigers that I'm fighting alone in my stupid apartment, when I could just be doing like go back to the way I was, which was like a powerhouse.
And realize that whatever, even if they do succeed, and they probably will, it has no bearing on your
It
life.
has nothing to do with
whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like one of the things that he said that really got me was like he mentioned a few internet bloggery types,
Yeah.
Roxanne Gay.
You mentioned Dory, our friend.
Oh, yeah, Dory, I love her.
yeah, she's great.
And like he mentioned a few people, and he was like, those people are sweating it. They're
Totally.
staying up all night, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to get back to who I was.
I like that
And
he didn't be like, those are unhappy people. He was like, those
No.
people are working really fucking hard too.
Yeah.
It's not
and
like
so,
it's
yeah.
easy for them.
And he see it also the good point of like, why is that what you want?
Right.
Like, you know, clearly you like, and it was kind of like, you're not good enough
Yeah.
for them. Like
Yeah.
you're not doing anything interesting.
Totally.
Oh, I
was
want to
like,
read
oh my
this.
God, I've got to fucking, and it's been trying to, because I'm still kind of stuck in my like ways. Mm-hmm. So the past few days I've been like, I have a lot to do. And I just have had major motivational problems, like getting off the couch or like, I mean, just classic depression type stuff.
Been there.
And so doing it feels like I'm wading through like peanut butter, trying to
Yeah.
like do it. But I've been like, just do it, like, and it's starting to get a little easier.
What would your dream job be? Writing a comedy half hour, writing a scripted full?
It keeps switching, but like, because I'm developing 2 shows right now, and one is a scripted show, and one is a more like news satire type show. And I like both ideas so much that I'm just like, well, whichever one goes. But the scripted one is more personal, and so I feel somewhat more excited about that one. Mm-hmm. But overall, the goal has become, I want to have a production company that is successful and has offices.
Oh, like a snack room and a copier.
Yes,
the best
like
snacks.
staff emails. and that we make things and we make friends things and we're company. And like, so I'm really pushing these ideas that star me so that I can try and get more fame, even though fame is not interesting to me at all anymore after like having literally like a cool breeze of it like just past my face for 1 second.
It's not convenient fame. I'm not famous, but I see people who are, and I'm like, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't want that. But I want enough of a name that can speed up this process.
Yeah.
I'm almost 37. Okay, we got to get the ball rolling if I want to.
I thought you were late 20s. Yeah.
It's really going well with my face right now.
The breeze.
But when the face falls, I'm gonna look my age. And it'll be interesting. But
I love it. Let's really...
keep it up with a little enough sink water. Keep hydrated.
Yeah. I don't fuss with it too much. You know.
I just went to the dermatologist today, and she was like, "Oh, head to toe, you're doing everything wrong with your body."
Really?
What?
Yes.
You look great though.
Thank you.
I don't know what
she said. Good job on the sunscreen, but I was I'm using this on my face, and she was like, "Yeah, I saw that on the forums. I was going to address that later."
What are you using on your face?
I was using
OxyClean?
I was just swabbing it.
Face peels?
No, I was using hydrogen peroxide as a toner.
No, girl.
Alie is a toner?
I don't know. It seemed works on
geez.
cuts and stuff,
That
and that'd
is
keep the
bubbly.
skin clear.
What did she say?
She was like, if you run out, why don't you use kerosene? She was like, what are you doing? So she's like, take all the soaps you're using, replace them with $10 Cetaphil. And I was like, she's like,
That's
Cetaphil.
what I use. She loves been using forever.
That's why you look amazing. But she was like, she's like, throw it in garbage. And then she's like, what moisturizer are you using? And I'm like, I don't know, this thing that costs like $50. And she's like, and then she started laughing at me. Anyway, so I'm doing everything wrong. And I'm a BuzzFeed article. You're doing your body wrong. You're wearing your skin wrong.
Wake up call.
I'm so gross. It's so dry out here, though.
It is.
I mean, you're out here for a year. Are you feeling like it's not humid enough?
My legs are dry.
So are mine.
But I this is part of my depression. I think a doctor did not verbally say this to me, but I put the pieces together, which made it so that none of this might be true. But when I moved out here, and I've always been crazy about sunscreen and not letting sun touch my skin, and it has nothing to do with anything other than I just don't like it. Don't want to feel burnt.
No cancer. Cancer's fine.
No cancer,
but the sensation of the sun is.
I do. Beer probably isn't helping the situation, but anyway, so we all have our things. So when I moved out here, I was like, I'm in LA and it's on. I have got to be very careful with my sunscreen, and I've switched to organic, which is the worst. So gross. I finally found one kind that actually is somewhat like real sunscreen, but it's still really greasy. And I would like put it on every time I would go, like every day.
Good job.
And I would wear hats, and and then by midsummer I was like feeling really depressed.
Oh no!
I go to the doctor. You can see where this is going.
Yes.
I go to the gyno. And I'm never going there again. She like was running a racket to like make more money, and like was like, we're just going to do some blood tests. But I'm glad it happened. But she was like, ran all these like regular blood tests, like just to see where I was at physically. And I was like, that's not usually what a gyno does, but okay.
Yeah.
She did other things that made me uncomfortable, but
well.
she ate me out. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that's good customer service.
Can I get her number?
It was very strange. Old Russian woman. So they call me and they're like, everything's normal except you have very low vitamin D.
Me too. I had the same thing.
The vitamin D deficiency. So I started looking it up, and I'm like, I could basically have given myself seasonal affective disorder in the spring and summertime in LA.
I know.
By not letting, and I did all this, and I talked to my sisters, and they were like, oh, I've been through the same thing. My doctor told me, like, that you can have 20 minutes of sun on your skin. It's fine. Like, don't freak out.
You don't have to get it specifically on your face either. Like,
yeah,
that's
like,
my big thing. Is
I
just
wear
don't
a
have it on your
hat
face.
because I run and walk around town, exercise. I was going to say the
town.
reservoir, but that's so like,
No, that's what we
love the reservoir.
So I do that, and so I wear a hat, and then I don't put anything on my arms, and then I have a better workout experience.
Do you
'cause I'm
feel?
not
Have
sweating.
you felt it? I do that, and I've been taking a vitamin D.
I've been taking vitamin D.
Do you feel better?
Oh, way better than I did. I'm still dealing with like just a lot of the fallout of the past year, but
Is this your first experience with depression?
yeah, like I was depressed my freshman year in
I
college.
think a lot of people are. It's really interesting to
Big
what
changes.
Yeah.
I mean, a big move.
That's true.
A whole new set of
Yes.
people. A
A
whole
whole
different
new set of people.
You know,
the crashing down of having a TV show and then not. Even though I wasn't
Totally.
devastated when they canceled, I was like, okay, but the long term effect of like, and I missed my friends because like my best friends in the world were on staff. They like we'd hired people that I had been working with for years prior.
Did
at
they kill them?
Fallon and
They
Best Week Ever.
they executed the whole staff, or
Yeah, they're all dead.
that sucks.
That's what MTV does. They kill you.
That's scary too. And moving to LA like kind of means something too. It means like this is what you want is to be in this industry. Like living in New York is kind of you can just do that and love New York and not necessarily be like I'm going to be in it. This is why
It's
I'm
in
living
your
here.
face here
Yeah.
more.
LA
like-
is college. In college, the one thing you talk to everyone about is like, so where are you from? I'm from Missouri. Like in LA, where are you from? What's your major? Is your major sitcoms? Is it drama? Is your major acting? Like, are you a musician? It's like, it's a huge art school full of the country's most narcissistic adults.
Fuck, you're
So
right.
it's hard when you come out here. But I mean, the thing is like you have to just find what you want to make and then focus on making it and hopefully making it works instead of, but if you look around and you're like, this person has this many Twitter followers, this person's
God, the
you'll
numbers
kill
and the-
yourself.
Yeah, it's so
You can't do that.
when that wasn't even a part of our fucking life 7 years ago, and now it's like, how many faves did this get? How many? Oh my god!
You can quantify
and
your whole
just-
existence.
That is, I mean, it's killing us.
know.
It's killing us.
No, I mean, I
It's
think
bad.
I think it also makes a lot of comedy writers maybe up until a point second guess their writing because you're at a weird teeter. There's a weird teeter on Twitter where you're like, some people have so many followers that they could literally just like put in brackets fart and then tweet it out and it'll get a bazillion
Oh, yeah.
everything.
That's true.
But then there's this
And I
other
check those people every single day just to make myself feel better.
see how they're doing.
I'm like cutting. I'm like I go on.
I
I
know.
Let me just check this person's Twitter and be like, what is this bitch up to? And I've been this way for a long time, but it's been pretty bad.
We
in the
all
past
do. I
year.
think even the best people do that, and we're all aware. Like these, the three of us in here, us ladies, are not like competitive to a fault. We're not mean. We like other women. We're friends with women. It's not like we're this mean competitive people, but. So even people like us fucking check these things and feel bad about ourselves or feel jealous or feel like
you got to sniff the competition. You gotta see. But you know what's
but
funny
they have
is
nothing to do with us.
you guys both have boyfriends, so you might look at other people's professional things. But for me, since I'm single,
you're
instead
looking
I'm
at their Instagram. And
I'm
like,
looking at personal shit, like because I feel like I have control over professional shit. I can work harder. I worked until 3 a.m. last night doing weird fucking financial shit, and I incorporated today, and I invest like
Yeah, girl.
that. Thanks very much. I almost, by the way, I want to ask what you want your production company to be named because I think that's important.
Yeah.
But I think so I feel like I don't have control over personal stuff because that you don't know who you're going to meet, you don't know how it's going to go, you don't know if someone's going to be a dick. So I check like, well, is my ex-boyfriend engaged? Who's he
that
dating?
stuff.
And
I mean,
the-
how can
it's
you
horrible.
not, you know,
It's the worst poison.
Really hard. I actually have got it under control somewhat. But there's a weakness on the phone. So on the computer, I have software installed that on whatever websites I choose, I can only spend 20 minutes total.
That's great.
And then it blocks it. And in order for me to change the settings, I have to do some psycho assignment where it's like type this paragraph perfectly with no mistakes, and then you can go into your settings.
That's
What
like
is
having
that
a
software?
DUI thing on your
It's
car.
called Stay
Right?
Focused, but without the E. So it's Stay Focused SD. Stay Focused.
Can you do that on your? I need that on my phone for night.
So on the phone, they don't have that. And
What?
so
Why
what
don't
I
they
did,
make that?
I know,
Stay Focused
They need
people?
a thing where you can control how long you're in an app, but they don't have that technology yet.
Why?
I've done massive research. So what I did a workaround
Totally
on my
need that.
phone, and I now have like reinstalled Tweetbot, or okay. So here's what I did for a while because this was like really negative, and I was like, I just need a fucking break from all this. But as you know, we need in this business, you need Twitter to promote I'm on the road. I need to promote my shows.
Totally.
I can't not have it right now. I'm not like, whenever I hear like a starlet, like Jennifer Lawrence being like, I don't do social media.
Because you're really fucking
And I'm
successful.
like,
I know.
You're done.
Recognize your privilege, girl.
Totally.
So I'm just like, so I had parental control. I went into the parental controls and I made it so that I deleted the app of Twitter app and I'm not even on Facebook anymore because that became a super negative place because the arguments are much more in depth.
Oh God.
Because people can, so I got off of that. And I did parental controls and the password to change the settings. I had my boyfriend set, so I could not change the settings, but that so that I couldn't go into Safari because I found myself going into Safari.
Shit.
Like it's it's an addiction.
It's an addiction.
So, but then I reinstalled the app, and now I'm like out of control again. But I've got Tweetbot now, which I'm using slowly. I'm building it so that I have a list, and I call it. It's like a private list that no one can see of people that I call acceptable. And I'm gradually building that list, and then I'm gonna make that like what I see when I go into Twitter.
Oh, so you're.
So
But can't you you can't unfollow people you don't want to, right?
I don't
You
want
can't
to follow people like that might notice and then be like drama,
Yeah.
But there's the mute button now, which helps.
Yeah, that
but
mute
I have a
button.
problem with like searching people, so that you can't change. So like unless I block the person, which I don't want them to know that I blocked them. So it's like, God, this is so. Why is this something I'm even spending time on?
We shouldn't have access to any of this stuff. I shouldn't have access to see if my ex-boyfriend is engaged or not. I shouldn't.
Who's engaged?
No, well,
Good. They're not.
I dumped him, but I still am like,
I
he
do
was
the
so
same thing with
cute.
my ex,
Oh, he was so cute, and his new girlfriend's so cute.
I
New
hate
girlfriend, you know what I mean? Like, why do I know that? It's so dumb.
Curiosity.
I hate that. What I do is like I started Instagram, which I enjoy, and then I go and I run out of that because it's 1:30 in the morning and everyone else is sleeping and no one's Instagram anymore. So then I go to Facebook and I like read articles, and then it's like, well, there's no new Facebook articles because that's all I've been doing all day is reading those. So then I go to Twitter, which I don't even fucking like.
You don't like Twitter.
hate
Who does
Twitter.
like Twitter?
I like Twitter for one thing and one thing only. That is an actual positive. I like Twitter when I, am like voyeuristically watching someone fight with someone. I get a thrill from that, but that's not positive.
Yeah, no.
A positive thing that I actually like about Twitter is that I purposely follow people that are different from me and like are completely from different worlds. And I love learning about other people's like what's important to them. So like stuff with Ferguson and stuff with, just like I'll follow a lot of feminist stuff and like, I'm an SJW. Do you know what that stands for?
Sarah Jessica Walker.
That's what people think it's social justice warrior, which is used as a derogatory term.
What?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's SJW is like a derogatory term that like male activists use to say, "Oh, you're just an SJW." And I'm like,
yeah.
Gross.
yeah, I am. I want things to be better for people
They're
who
like,
are
you're
like
just
disenfranchised.
That's
fighting
not
for other
negative.
people. You're just fighting for civil rights. You're
Yeah,
like,
how dare you?
Got you got
But,
me.
it goes into that whole like
crazy.
PC police. Like there's a really huge anti PC movement.
Yeah.
There always has been. But those to
they're
me,
called
I'm
bigots.
like, you're doing the same thing that the people you hate are doing. You're making a big fucking stink and you're telling me what I can and cannot do.
Yeah.
So you are them.
Yeah.
This is just a big circle. And
know.
most of the people that care about equality and all that stuff aren't part of the outrage machine. And that's when I get like, I tweeted about it today. I got really frustrated because like I read something, and this is something that people I think in the comedy business deal with. I think women in comedy struggle with this. Like we deal with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
Sexism and stuff. And if you're a female comedian and you're listening to this and you're like, I don't experience any sexism. It's like going great for me. I'm like, just wait. And also, like, I have a friend who's, or not a friend, she's an acquaintance. She's another comedian, and I heard her saying one time, like, I've never experienced sexism in this business. And I know something that a gatekeeper guy said about her that is the most sexist fucking. I'd never say it to her because no way would I ever want her to know. But I know because somebody fucking told me. And I'm like, you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like you're over there acting like it's not affecting you. And it is like this, you didn't get into a thing because a guy said, and, I'm like, because he said you were too ugly. Like, what? I don't even, I can't get into it, but
you can't, but you can't say anything because it doesn't make her feel any better.
Right. Well, and why tell her that? Like, I just, so, but that's my thing is like sexism does exist in this world and in this business, especially for, and in not even especially, it's across the board.
Yeah.
I'm not saying comedians have it worse than anybody else, but it's part of a discussion right now.
It's super frustrating. I think anyone even just talking about it and going on a podcast and talking about it is helpful. I think it's so much more convenient if everyone just shuts up. Like we were talking about this before we started rolling tonight is we have all three of us, all three women with microphones right now have been told by a network executive, we like you, but we don't want to put women on a show.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like
this was
we
told
just
to me
don't want
last
women.
week by a major network saying your ideas are too female. I want to be like, do you hear yourself? Like, how is that okay for you to say?
Crazy.
Make up a lie. I'd rather you lie to me and say, oh, well, we already have an idea like that. Or, oh, we just don't have room for an idea. But thank you. But they had to say that. And now I feel, what's wrong with me? Because there are other women on that network. And I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, we just
Am
straight
I not
up
the right kind of woman?
And
it's like, that's why when a guy is like downplaying it and going, God, like you're exaggerating. I've been treated since day one in comedy that I'm making this up. I've been told.
That's so ridiculous.
You're imagining this, this is like, you just want something to be mad about or whatever. And I'm just like, you haven't been told you're too male for something.
Can you imagine if Home Improvement? You're like, like Tim Allen was pitching Home Improvement. They're like, I don't know, it just sounds really. He uses tools and he grunts. He just sounds so male. That would never happen.
One time I complained about this exact thing on Twitter, and somebody, I'm not going to name names, but somebody kind of came back at me and was like, "Isn't total?" And this is like, he would die if he knew that he was doing this. I think he thinks of himself as pretty progressive. I'm like, he mansplained to me what demos are, and like he was like, isn't that how demos work? And I was like, dude, I know, but like you're not like, I could go in there and pitch a show about golf, but because it's hosted by this woman, they'd be like, it's too female, or how will this appeal to our male audience? Like, I watch shows all the time with all men in it, and movies, and
all the time
enjoying it. I'm entertained by it. Because that's the norm. That's the status quo. So I'm just tired of women being considered like niche or like that.
Yeah.
There's no way men would enjoy it. And that's not men. That's not the audience saying that.
Yeah.
That's the network executives thinking
that
they know their audience. I just noticed this a lot in network. A lot of networks with their demos.
Yeah.
And MTV was like this. They think the demo is dumber than they are.
Yeah.
And so they feed them the lowest common denominator stuff and say, here, this is what we think you want. And of course, that's what they gobble up because it's being, hand fed to them. But why not try to push a little bit?
I know.
And try to be just a slightly more intelligent, because your audience is probably more intelligent than you're giving them credit for.
I think that tends to be the case. And then there'll be these like breakout hits and you're like, the smart shows. Yeah. Because everyone's like, fuck.
It's fucking good.
Yeah, I know. It's like no one wants to take a risk that they're going to alienate all the, flyover people or whatever. But I think all the flyover people are probably like, fuck, I'm so sick of Duck Dynasty. I don't think anyone really wanted to watch Duck Dynasty or her Honey Boo Boo. I think there was like a voyeuristic aspect, and then they're like, oh, this is all anyone will feed us.
It's the same thing with Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore was a highly entertaining show in the beginning because it was a world we'd never seen before. Yeah. And then we got tired of that world, especially nowadays. This is a cycle with all reality TV, is like reality TV is so self-aware now that it's like, we get to see into a new world or a new group of people, but those people already know the game. Yeah. And so they're already like lining up their shampoo line. Oh, God. And they're, and it's all like, how am I going to use my 15 minutes? And I respect those people for trying to be business savvy and knowing, like Snooki, like knowing that her time is running out at MTV, and that she's putting out workout video, workout books, and like, continuing her brand for her fans.
Did she ever have a line of pickles? I feel like the one thing I know about Snooki is that she eats
she's
pickles.
done a lot of stuff.
Why doesn't she have Snooki's pickles? You take that, Snooki.
She put out slippers, a line of slippers.
Oh, God bless her. God bless her.
She's done a lot of, and then you do Dancing with the Stars, and there's that whole world.
Yeah.
And that's dumb. We have plenty of dumb TV. Like,
I know.
that's why I just like, ugh.
I think maybe that's good. You should look at the last year of you incubating some good ideas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Ideas
That's
cooking.
good, though. Sometimes you need to just like curl up and incubate some shit and watch everything and take it all in and see what is missing and then figure out how you want to make it better. I think that's like, I do think that there's something about like the rumination process that is overlooked or underappreciated. Like there's a time when you have to sit and stare at a wall and figure out what you're not seeing and what you need. And that's when things kind of have to grow.
I just realized I never answered your writing question, and that is, I was going to say that a lot of my writing process is not writing, and it's just
taking it in.
I'm trying to write this essay right now, and I just was like, I need to not think about it, and then it will come, and it, it's like, have it in there, like simmering, but just like don't force it, because once I force it, then it's bad.
And then the more of other people's articles that you read, whether it motivates you positively or motivates you because you're like, I could fucking do better than this. Like, the shit I'm reading on Facebook at 1:30 in the morning, like that article. What was the guy's name?
I don't know how to say his name.
The owl.
Choire. How do you say that name?
Choi.
Schwar. I don't know. I feel like I've met him before.
Let's check and see how many Twitter followers he has. I think it is a problem when once you're verified. I think people think you can attend. We're not, for some reason, George and I are not verified on Twitter. We don't have a lot of followers, but still, I guess once someone could impersonate you or something.
I think it's one of the most.
I think once you get the blue check, everyone's just
things ever.
Oh, it's the dumbest. But
I'm glad I have my little check mark.
But I think that means people. I think that's a target though, where people are like, oh, you're famous, so you're not a real person, so I can just attack you. I think that once the check mark is by your name, you're public property. Yeah, you're a domain, public domain, and people can just be like, you're not a person, you're a cardboard cutout of a famous person that I can throw my feces at like a monkey.
It's weird to get emails that like, tell Alie and Georgia that I love them, and or tell Alie and Georgia I read this book. And
bitch,
why wouldn't we be reading our own?
This is our email, bitch. I'm sitting here in my pajamas at 1 a.m, cycling through social media, reading your emails. Wait, I think we have some good hates. These are all good fuck that's. We always play fuck that at the end. Fuck that is one thing we hate so much. We're like, fuck.
Oh gosh,
that.
I feel like that's all I've talked about.
No, that's great. Fuck that is our favorite segment. And then one thing that we love so much that we would fuck that, like slow bone it.
To end on a positive thing.
What's one thing that you hate? Georgia?
I wrote bruises. I hate bruises on my butt, which I get all the time.
Wait, what?
I think I'm really clumsy, and I don't even know it.
Well, wait, how many bruises do you have on your butt
on my
right
hips.
now?
Like not on my butt proper.
Oh yeah, hip bruises.
Yeah. I always have a couple fucking hip butt bruises.
Really?
I think I walk into drawers a lot. I think I don't close my drawers all the way at home, and I walk into them out. What do you hate?
I think you just look like an American Apparel model.
Okay.
Just a sexy bruise on the leg and. All you need are vacant eyes. Yeah.
So ugly.
A Tecate can, blurry in the background. Come
I feel
on.
like, how I am with like if I have my nails done and my purse is clean, I look like an adult who's got their shit together. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with, but if I have a big bruise on my butt, like then I'm clearly like not doing everything. Like,
then you're an adventurer. John Muir had bruised butts.
You're probably right.
Look, do you think Marco Polo didn't have a bruise on his hip
It just
here and
looks
there?
like I got drunk and walked into shit to me.
Well,
which is not.
I think I think it shows that you're living. I think it's like a nice cognac bag that has a water stain here and there.
It's just so like I'll walk into a tip of a drawer and be like, that's gonna for the next fucking week. Now I'm gonna have this thing. It pisses me off. So
Arnica.
Much.
Put arnica on it.
I don't really know if that works. It could be iron deficiency.
You have too much iron in your blood. Remember your CBC came back.
Right.
Why do I know everything about you?
I don't know.
I know what your whole blood count
Can I give
workup
you
looks like.
I have it. Can I give it to you? Will you look at it? Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a gander at your blood work.
Thank you.
That's so gross.
Tell me about myself. What do you hate?
One of my hates just says social media suck. I think we covered that.
Yeah, we definitely did.
This is one thing that I hate so much that you can. If you don't experience it, you don't know what I'm talking about. But I live in this old apartment building. We forgot to ask about ghost stories. God damn it. I live in this old apartment building and they're constantly working on the plumbing. Constantly. Someone in some apartment unit has a leak. So they turn off all the water. So every time I come home, every 3 days, I'll just casually turn on the faucet and it won't turn on, and then it'll go
Go.
Oh,
and it's a rush of water. It will explode out onto my face like gunfire, because there's like a pipe fart that's got to come out.
Yeah,
and then
like banging and like
and it's
scary.
rust-colored water, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And it's just like, when someone sneaks up behind you and scares you, and it's hilarious for them, but you're like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Never do that again. Wait, did we say what we love?
no. Want to end on love? Do you want to say a hate, or do you?
I think I covered
Okay.
my hates.
I loved your
Let's
hates.
end with Sarah's
I
love.
loved your
Alie,
hates.
what do you love?
A thing I loved.
Yeah, your hates were good.
I love one day solo vacay.
Yeah, you went to Joshua Tree on your own.
Everyone's got to do it.
Great.
I took a 1 day solo vacay. I went away in the morning. I stayed overnight somewhere by my fucking self. 2 hours
I've done
away.
that. It's great.
Come back the next day. Where did you go?
Way back, a long time ago. I can't believe I did this. Who are you? I lived in New Orleans for a year after I graduated from college. So this is like in 2001.
Ooh.
And I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life and was thinking about moving to New York to pursue comedy, but wasn't sure. And because New Orleans was an easy place to live. I mean, they call it the Big Easy for a reason. And I had a boyfriend at the time, and he was like, I don't care what we do. And I was like, I just have to get away. I was like 23 probably.
Oh, you
I had to get away. Yeah, I know. I'm like laughing at it now. I feel like I was a teenager. And I like drove to this place on the Gulf of Mexico in Mississippi. I now know that town is gone. Katrina, it's gone. It was one of the hardest. It was like where everything was just leveled.
Jesus.
So the bed and breakfast I stayed in is gone, which is crazy. But that was like years later. But anyway, so I go and I stay in this thing. I ate in a restaurant by myself for the first time in my life.
Love it.
And I like thought about what I was going to do, and I drove back and went straight to work the next morning and quit my job
Nice.
and decided to become a comedian.
Look at that. 1 day solo vacay.
One day solo vacay, life changing.
Life changing.
I did that at 21 or 22 as well to San Francisco, and
1 day. Did it change your life?
yeah, I ate eggs Benedict for the first time ever.
Oh,
Now it's my favorite
You love
food.
eggs Benedict.
know.
Wait,
First time
when was the last time either one of you took a 1 day solo vacay?
Well, I'm on the road.
You're on the
so
road a
I feel
lot.
Like
That's not a
But I
vacation.
did but I try to do things. Like
Okay.
last week, I went on a hike in the redwood forest in Northern California because I've never
Wow.
seen a big tree before.
They got big ones.
Big ass tree, and I went on a hike by myself, which was the first time I'd really done a real hike by myself, which was kind of scary. I realized I don't have reception.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Like if something happened, I would just have to crawl out of here and wait. But I didn't go. I went on I was like, the risk is very low.
Yeah.
But I was like, what if a fucking mountain lion comes out?
Seriously.
But it was wonderful.
What about
It
you,
was
George?
really nice.
What do I love?
Well, no. When was the last time you went on a 1 day?
Oh, I don't do that.
I don't know. What if you had an epiphany about like
maybe I'll
life
do
or
it.
feet or cats or
I'll
peanut
do
butter?
it. I'm gonna do it. I'm
It's
gonna do
really liberating. You know what's cool about it is you don't talk for 36 hours. Essentially,
sounds nice.
other
Yeah.
than
No
just
talking is a really
not on purpose, but I just realized I checked in and was like, "Thanks, Travis. Thanks for the keys." And then I just I just been thinking this whole time.
it. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, what do you love, George?
I love aloe vera juice.
What?
If you guys
What
have
is it about?
it tastes like shit, but if you have stomach issues, aloe vera juice is really good for you.
Do you buy the big gallon thing that they sell at Trader Joe's? Inexplicably, why do they sell a gallon of aloe vera juice at
I
Trader
have
Joe's?
no idea, but no,
Some
I bought
people
it
have
online.
got issues.
Yeah.
I've
never
bought
had
that
it.
gallon
Me too.
of aloe vera juice from Trader Joe's twice, thinking I was going to put it in smoothies. I had a sip of it, and I was like, "This tastes like antifreeze."
It's disgusting, but it's really good for your stomach.
Okay.
And I'm into it. I like it.
What about you?
What do you love, Sarah?
Oh, what do I love? Shit. Oh God damn it.
Could be cereal. It could be.
I do love cereal a lot.
What's your favorite cereal?
Cheerios, man.
Cheerios?
You'd slow bone it, honey nut or not?
I'll do any kind. I love all kinds of cereal. I'm an equal opportunity cereal lover.
Good for you.
You're a
love
cereal
cereal.
monogamous.
Whoa!
But I am. I'm a cereal slut in a way, actually. But no, I actually don't eat cereal as much anymore. I've tried to cut down on it.
Treat yourself, man.